This is our town, Chico, California. This video is being produced by the Butte County Public Defenders with the hope that by learning about the homeless situation here in Chico, we can build empathy, respect, and understanding among its residents. Chico serves as a beautiful home to many people. It's very diverse and unique. Our downtown area coexists with our university, Chico State, a variety of businesses and professionals, creating quite a lively atmosphere. We asked various students and residents why they reside in Chico.
What I like about Chico is the small town environment, I think, where you actually know people that you run into downtown.
Honestly, for me, what I like about downtown Chico is just kind of it's a friendly atmosphere that no matter what you're doing, there's people there, and because Chico's small enough and yet it's big enough, like you will run into people you know.
Well, I like that there's a really large community that's actually very diverse. You have the demographic of the students, you have local people. It's a lot of fun to get involved in the community, and there's lots of recreational activities that are a blast as well.
Yeah, no, I'm here at Chico State on a cross-country scholarship. I chose it, of course, for all the nature and trails. It's perfect for running, and it's definitely a great community.
The downtown area, I like it because it's walkable. Everything that I want to do, I live close to downtown, and so everything that I want to do, virtually everything that I want to do is within walking distance.
Well, I heard that the school is like really good, and I love like the vibe here. It's like real chill, and like it brings a lot of people here from different places.
The beauty of downtown Chico is that it's such a laid-back, friendly environment. You know, I always run into people that I know. It's really easy to meet people here. There's tons of cool people, really interesting things. It's just fun.
Personally, I like Chico because it reminds me a little bit of my hometown. It's got a very familiar, homey feeling, and the look of it is similar. I came here really because, well, part of that reason also I really like the close-knit community feeling.
Honestly, all the greenery, and when we came to visit last year, we loved the environment.
Yeah, like just because from growing up in the desert, like we don't have trees, we don't have like the old like brick building look.
I'm from Sacramento, so the feel's totally different. If you were to go to like downtown Sacramento, there's like the same homeless type factor thing and everything like that, but the feel is just a lot different. There's elderly people downtown in Sacramento, and here it's much more of like a college, welcoming feel.
Although there are many reasons to love Chico, it is not without its problems. From 2010 to 2011, the number of homeless in Butte County has risen 20%, and the numbers are rising.
It might be a little scary at night sometimes, but during the day it's definitely a welcoming place.
Over the last 2 years, I would say the number of homeless people in Chico and really all in Butte County has just like increased drastically. It feels like, at least.
I've had several homeless encounters, and it always saddens me, but it makes me wonder what put them in that position. Why are they here? Why are they doing the things they're doing?
The only thing about downtown that I don't like is like the amount of hobos.
Yeah.
But I mean, we keep pepper spray on us at all times, so it's not like we feel completely unsafe. And we normally we tend to travel in packs. The one rule, like always have a buddy with you.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really heard many homeless like harming anyone, but they're kind of like a nuisance when they're asking for money and stuff like that. Because
that's true.
You see them going to just go buy a pack of cigarettes or something. That's just not worth giving them money to go do that.
Yeah, we have a dumpster behind our house, and it gets fished through like every morning by homeless people. It doesn't really bother me too much except for when they leave messes.
I definitely, if I didn't enjoy it and I thought that it was too scary or too dark and too dangerous, I would have left. But I love it here. I wouldn't want to leave.
I think it would be helpful if individuals in Chico and in American culture in general took more responsibility for homeless as individuals. The reason why we have such a tremendous number of homeless people in our country is because we don't take responsibility for the people who are around us. And we let people fall through the cracks all the time, and we ignore small problems and the people who are directly connected to us until they become big problems. And then by the time it becomes a big problem, you have this person who has overwhelming behavioral health and substance abuse issues, and that's what homelessness stems from, primarily, in my opinion.
Our community can no longer look the other way and ignore the difficult task that we all face together. Steps are being taken to change the situation and alleviate the negative image and impact of the homeless in Chico.
However, I've lived on the streets most of my time here.
I live at the Jesus Center at the Sabbath House, because of a series of unfortunate events. So when I came there, I was angry. But being at the Jesus Center changed my life, and that's why I volunteered for the cleanup crew.
Yeah, I just want to say that, like myself, a lot of people find themselves in situations that, whether it be they lose their business, they fall in a bad spot. And I found, through my travels, I've always been a reasonably successful man, my own business, my own home, all the nice things in life, but I fell. My wife was paralyzed in her right side. I had lost my best friend, and I took the chicken's way out, and I started drinking.
Well, about the drop-in center, I have nothing bad to say, but Chico itself is not so kind of a place.
Well, you know that old saying, I was raised by my grandparents, get up, dust yourself off, and start over again. I was 42 when I just gave up.
Oh, how did I end up here? A bad set of circumstances. I had a daughter with cancer, and I had family that had a lot of cancer in them. And at the same time I was at UC Davis with my daughter, my house went into foreclosure, and it just kind of threw me off for a while, and then I got cancer.
8 years ago this month, I lost my home in a house fire, and I lost my best friend, my son, in the same. And tried to drink myself to death. That didn't work. But I just never could put it back together.
The way I think of Chico is, well, people would sit there and look more upon their homeless and sit there and help out. We might actually be able to get a lot more of us homeless kids off the streets. Like, people see us sitting out here panhandling up money, asking for spare change. Like, they sit there and they ignore us, walk on by as if we're nothing, as if we're just trash on the sidewalk. And I know that hurts me. It hurts a few others too.
And it's sad but true, but it's a progressive disease. And progressively, I got worse. I almost had this pipe dream of one day I'm going to get it all back together. But you know what, you guys, I want you to know that sometimes these people, myself included, we fall so low as far as maybe even a bike. I'm blessed. I have a bike.
So I've survived the cancer, and God's always given me a vision of having a coffee shop in Paradise. And that's where my daughter's son lives at. And so I'm working toward that, getting my own coffee shop in Paradise.
Like, if you were on the streets and I had money, I'd give you money. It's no problem. I work for it, yeah, but it's a material object. It's used to buy things that are also other material objects. Material objects mean nothing compared to a human life.
And was living in my car. The car broke down. Didn't have the money to fix it. And my daughter and grandkids had been at the Sabbath House before. So it was kind of like a last resort.
And like just a few days ago, the sheriff took all my equipment. So I had to sit there and ask other street kids if they had spares that they can kick down. Because I don't have the money to go out there and buy my sleeping bags again or my pack.
We're in such a spot because I don't know where to go. Tonight I do, but tomorrow is a whole new and it's actually it's almost torturous. Thank God for the Jesus Center that we can come and we can eat. We can have a hot cup of coffee.
They're street people. They prefer to live the way they do. There's families that don't want to be there. There are the people who are, I don't know what politically correct term it is, but mentally challenged. And there's no place for them. And the old people are there. I don't know what their reasons are, but they're older than I am, and I'm older than dirt. And them sleeping outside and stuff, it's sad. It breaks my heart. And I don't think they mean it. I don't think they meant for their life to end up like that.
The drop-in center is very helpful. Sit there. I'm getting a job because of them. And when I have a job, I'm going to be able to get a place because of them.
I've had people help me. People here in Chico, the good majority of them are good people. And they know and they thank God they're not too judgmental to where they're just condemning us as the dredges of society. And I've had people, they gave me a sleeping bag this winter, and I'm so very grateful for that, you know, to climb in there. Since then, I built me a little cardboard hut underneath the bridge.
We're limited on housing, and it sucks. I've been out here since I was a little kid. Like, I hate it. I've been out here for 6 years, and I'm 19 now.
Well, it's like anything. It has nothing to do with the police or that. Well, that's the part of everything. But the hard part is looking over your back 95% of the time. You know, I mean, you just can't sit on the bench and say, I can't leave my stuff here, do this. I mean, I got enough, if I really try. I got a daughter, you know, she lives in Coos Bay, Oregon, but, you know, and stuff like that. I'm 62, man.
But we're all human. We all fall short. A helping hand. Some people don't want to be helped. I understand that. But there are a lot of people that do and just don't know what to do about it. That's why I couldn't make it on my own. I was down and out.
It's not always a choice to be homeless. The last 10 or 15 years, it's been a bad set of circumstances. You know, homes were going into foreclosure. I've worked ever since I've been real little, and then I've taken care of foster kids, and I've taken care of my own children. And I would have never dreamed that I would have been homeless.
You know, I didn't know that by going to mental health, you know, that I've obviously, you know, I'm self-made, mentally whipped, you know. I've picked up a crazy character, but I am mentally ill.
So, in my opinion, Chico's not a good town at all. It's got some good places that'll help you out. Jesus Center, you can go there and eat. And then they got the free store right across the Jesus Center. They help you out. They get the Salvation Army down the street, gives out food. Then you got the random people who sit there and buy food and then come down here and give it to the homeless. Like, there needs to be more of those people who are willing to help out.
We have discourteous people in all walks of life. All walks of life. And we can't just continue to point the finger at just the homeless. It is a community problem. And we all need to grow up and put our big people pants on and quit pointing our fingers at each other and say, it's your fault, you clean it up. You know, it's a community problem. And it's not just a homeless problem, it's not just a college student's problem, it's not just business, it's all of our problem. And if we all continue to look the other way and want to point fingers at each other, we're never going to be nothing. We need to get into the solution and not the problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say that there are many of us on the streets that through no part of ours at times things happen in our life that bring us down to our knees and even further at times. And a lot of the alcoholism and the drug addiction that I believe that's going on in Chico is due to the fact that a way to kill the pain is to souse it, is to drown it. And I went through a lot of that myself. And I don't quite know what a person such as myself would tell a community.
When I was struggling, the honest truth is my daughter that passed away. Right before she passed away, about 2 months before she passed away, she said, "Mama, every day that I get to wake up, and God gives me another chance to wake up and be a better person than I was yesterday." And that's how I live my life today.
And Chico's, JC, the people there, the staff, I've got a new way of thinking. So whatever life I have left, it's going to be doing what I'm doing, trying to make a difference, smiling at people, because sometimes when people are down and out, a hello and a smile, it's real important.
The first step on this journey is to create an atmosphere of empathy, respect, and understanding among the different factions in our town. This is just the beginning of a journey that can and must be taken one step at a time.
It's just a little, I don't say this to be negative, it's to be more realistic. There's the task that you're attempting to, it's Mount Everest. It's not impossible, but it's a hell of a task.
And we either just throw up our hands and say, well, can't do it, or we take one step at a time. Maybe the sweeping is one step.
Well, count me in, I'm there.
Well, the Clean Brigade started with the Our Town Coalition downtown. They were having a problem with the streets being a little dirty and no funds really to clean it up. So Bill Such and some of the downtown business owners got together and came up with the Cleanup Brigade. And what we did was we hired people that were homeless and brought them downtown and started cleaning up downtown, and they did just an absolutely awesome job while we were there.
Anna Simcox, and I own Art Etc. We've owned it for 10 years and it's 40 years old, and we would not like to leave downtown. We love it.
Hi, I'm Melanie Bassett. I'm the Executive Director of the Downtown Chico Business Association, and today is a momentous occasion in the City Plaza. We're bringing together into the DCBA family, the Jesus Center Cleanup Brigade, and the Downtown Ambassador Program.
Well, my name is Tom Aldridge, and this is my wife Diana, and we both decided to join the Downtown Ambassadors because we've been hearing a lot of talk and discussion about what to do about the downtown. We wanted to be a positive impact on what's going on in our community. We feel very socially conscious. We think it's important to be involved, so we try to do that. I joined about 3 months ago, and we come down every other week to every week whenever we can. Just try to get involved and be a positive influence on the downtown area, and hoping that some of the problems that have come up, we can help defray some of those.
We've got obviously a growing situation since 2008 here in Chico with homeless people. We look at the last point-in-time count that all the agencies did in Butte County, and when it comes to, in particular, Chico, I mean, the count in Butte County was 1,500 people. In Chico, it varies between, I would say, 1, 2, 3, 400.
We went down, and we were told also by the business owners downtown that we were a big push in getting the people downtown, that it was clean, it made people feel safer. And they came downtown, and all sales went up at Christmas, and it was a pretty awesome deal.
I love the downtown area. Love shopping here. Came to Chico a number of years ago as a student, and loved the downtown area then, and have always loved it, and love coming down here. We have noticed a change in the number of people that are hanging out on the streets, and we just wanted to be a positive help.
I do want to say that all the homeless downtown or the homeless in our town are not the same. There are the charming homeless that we love to help. There are the desperate homeless that we love to help. And then there are the people who we would just like to leave the downtown because they are not respectful.
On a most simple level, I think one of the things the community has to realize is that this problem's not going away. And so I think that they have to become comfortable with the fact that we're going to be seeing homeless people on the streets, and therefore most simple things, which is eye contact, where you can you talk to somebody and just treat them as you would someone else and not somebody who's disenfranchised.
We work 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, from 7:30 in the morning to 8:30 in the morning, and we do between Wall and Salem Street and from 1st to 5th every morning.
It's a tragedy. Definitely there are more homeless. My understanding is there's more homeless now than there's been in a long time in this country, and it's a national problem. It's a Chico problem. It's a problem everywhere in the state of California. Everywhere we go, we see situations where homeless people living out on the streets and with nothing to do and basically sitting there. It's sad. It's sad to watch. It's sad to see, and everything else. But along with that comes the situation of all of us, the homeless and everybody else, have to have a social conscience to our community and what's going on around us. And we want to be a positive impact on that. We want people to have a place to go, have a place to be, have a place to feed themselves and clothe themselves, which it doesn't impact and hurt other people. I don't want the downtown businesses having to take on economic problems because of a social problem that we have socially. The community has to get involved and has to do something to change it.
And it really requires citizen engagement and people stepping forward and embracing and ensuring that we have a vital downtown and city. And what I love about the Jesus Center Cleanup Brigade is that it gives people a hand up and lifts them and has them feel very good and productive. And it also helps our merchants understand that homeless are regular people.
Well, let's look at it in a different way. Let's look at it from the standpoint of the homeless people are here to stay because they are part of us. So I think that one of the things the community can do is to get used to that and function in a way of I'm not going to shop downtown because there's homeless people down there. Yes, there are, but it's okay. For the most part, it is safe.
Well, my name is William Reek. You'll see my card says William John Reek. I like the ring of the middle name, and I actually am the volunteer coordinator for the Downtown Ambassador Program and have been since about September 2013. 2013 in Chico was a challenging year, and there's a culmination of things, but there was a lot of I just like to use the word public outcry, particularly around the downtown area concerning cleanliness and safetyness, and our community is very involved. So people got together and said, what can we do? What can we do? There are these things happening downtown that may have happened in the past, but now that's happening regularly and far too frequently. It really comes down to our community and what it is that we want to uphold, all dollar signs aside, all society structure aside. It's what kind of place do we want to live in? And is it worth your time to come down and help? Is it worth your time to be involved? Not necessarily money. I mean, you can't throw money at problems. You can, and then we get to where we are now. A kid doesn't raise itself on money. You need to be a parent to the kid. You can buy them a car, you can buy them clothes, you can buy all those things that they need, but if you're not a parent, the moral compass and the emotional support that they need is void. So we could solicit ourselves for money out here and say that we're going to combat this problem with money. I don't think it would be as effective as what we found, that person-to-person interaction, that human element, citizen engagement, being down here, taking the time, making it worth your time to be involved on what type of community you wish to have.
One of the guys on the R-Town, one of the people that helped start this program, didn't think it was going to work, and he was absolutely blown away. He actually came up to me. He goes, some of these homeless do want to work. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They go, it's as diverse as the rest of the population. You know, you got your troublemakers and you got ones that are just there by bad circumstances. And it just opened a lot of people's eyes to where they're like going, okay. And they started looking at the homeless as people, you know. And I like to say homeless is my address, not my name. And that's what I try to get across to people is like, these are people, these are individuals. You can't just lump them all under one.
What could an individual person do to help a homeless person? Well, the most immediate thing is to treat them as any other citizen, which is basically, as I've said, fair play of engagement where you can. I think to support the agencies that are seeking to help homeless people, and that includes the Jesus Center and other agencies that are doing the same thing from that standpoint.
And more so, a lot of them are friends. And they see so-and-so turning the page. It's like, man, you're doing this. And we were just doing that yesterday. I could see you doing it. Maybe I can do that too. And it looks like you're doing well. You're happy. You're shining. And you can see that in a person's character. And if you can be inspired by someone that you trust, a lot of what we do is based on trust. It's hard to recommend a service to somebody when you first meet them because it's like, who the hell are you? Some stranger telling me what I should or shouldn't be doing with my life. But after months of knowing somebody, you begin like anything, a friendship. And then that you get a trust a little bit, so you accept a little bit more. It's like, this person's been a good person. I got to know their story. Never said a bad word to me. I think I'm gonna maybe try this thing, and so that actually is the same thing with the folks on the streets, helping folks on the streets. It's that connection. You've already fostered that relationship, and then you lead by example.
I just talked about the program. It's a win-win-win-win scenario. I mean, everybody's getting something out of it. It's minimal cost. The homeless are getting some money and they're able to get off the street. The downtown businesses are cleaner, so they're getting more business down there. And it's opening people's eyes to what's going on. And the Jesus Center it was the catalyst in starting all of it.
Respecting downtown is my biggest concern for everyone. Yeah. Everyone's welcome, as long as there's respect and they leave their bad behavior somewhere else.
As far as having in common, we're all human beings. I mean, we're all human, and we all feel. We all were born from a mother. We all had a father, maybe not in our lives, but it was required for them to be a human being. We all have a story. We all have a story, and they're like shoes. You know, they're all slightly different, worn slightly different, but you know, we all use them, and we all have them, and once they're ours and we wear them, they become ours, and it becomes our story.